Today, I want to talk about a moment that's been making waves online, the recent appearance of Ralph Macchio on The View, and how what began as a routine interview ended with one of the most dramatic live TV exits in recent memory. What happened, why it went so wrong, and what it might mean going forward. Ralph walked into the interview expecting to discuss his career, his upcoming projects, and likely enjoy a little nostalgia, given his iconic status. Early on, there was a calm atmosphere. The conversation started light, seemingly nothing out of the ordinary, but soon enough, co-host Joy Behar shifted gears. Instead of sticking to the promotional or nostalgic aspect, she began pressing Ralph with increasingly pointed questions. According to coverage of the clip, these were described as politically charged and not related to his new projects. Ralph initially tried to stay calm and maintain the flow. He didn't lash out. He answered with courtesy, attempting to stay on topic and not let the rising tension derail the interview. But as Joy kept interrupting and pushing, challenging his views, and even escalating the tone, the atmosphere in the studio changed. What should have been an easy chat began to feel more like a confrontation. Each interruption, each loaded question, ratcheted up the tension. At one point, whatever was asked or said struck a nerve. Instead of continuing to stay composed, Ralph made the decision to push back. He responded firmly, but without shouting, perhaps assuming that would be enough to reset the tone, but it wasn't. The hostility hadn't receded. In fact, it intensified. Audience members reportedly went quiet. The panel looked unprepared, as though they didn't expect the turn this was taking. Then came the moment everyone remembered. Ralph unclipped his microphone, stood up, and walked off the set. No drama, no shouting, just a quiet but definitive exit. The cameras cut. The studio fell into stunned silence. Hosts and producers looked visibly shaken. The audience gasped, and within minutes, clips from that moment had exploded across social media. Afterwards, fans erupted. Many defended Ralph. Some called the walk-off unbelievable, necessary, even an act of dignity. Others criticized the show and the style of questioning, saying it strayed far from what a promotional interview should be. Some saw it as another example of talk shows pursuing shock value and conflict for clicks, but there are deeper layers to this. The moment isn't just about one heated exchange or one walk-off. It speaks to a larger tension in modern media, how a conversation about art or entertainment can quickly become politicized or turned into a confrontation. For someone like Ralph, known for his roles, not for political commentary being thrust into, that environment can feel unfair, uncomfortable, and wrong. Whether it's a celebrity's right to stay above politics or the show's obligation to ask hard, hitting questions, audiences are divided, and that division came out loud and clear after this incident. Moreover, the quiet dignity of Ralph's exit adds weight. He didn't storm, he didn't shout, but he stood up and walked away. That alone sent a strong message. It said, "I'm here to talk about my work, not to be ambushed." For many viewers, that was a stand worth respecting. As for what this means for the future, it could change how celebrities, especially those not accustomed to political or controversial topics, approach talk show invites. It might encourage studios and hosts to rethink how they frame interviews. And it might make audiences think twice about expecting confrontation and sensationalism from every appearance. In any case, this incident will likely be remembered as one of the wildest, most talked about walk-offs in talk. Show history, a moment when calm composure gave way to principle, and a conversation turned into a confrontation. What do you think? Was Ralph justified? Did Joy go too far? Or are talk shows just finding new ways to stay relevant even at the cost of respect? Let me know in the comments.